The AJC reported a massive decline in voter registrations that could be due to a change in the DMV. Instead of an automatic opt-in to register to vote when you apply for a driver's license, well, you had to check a box. And not anymore, because the AJC is reporting the DMV switched back this week. Tharon, what is going on here?
I called it a conspiracy last week, Lori, and I think many of my colleagues thought that it was a little fishy. I mean, and I really focused on this, that this was the number one thing that Governor Deal and others sort of taunted, like we had this motor voter. And I think Martha says she's not against motor voter. But I mean, clearly, when you see this decline, I think the article that I read, Lori, showed that Richard Barron, Phil's favorite person, kind of, raised the alarm about this and said, hey, we're seeing a drop in voter registration. But also people like Saira Draper, who was at the party, who was in charge of voter registration and looking at, sort of things to make sure that people don't feel like they're being efforts to suppress the vote when she was at the Democratic Party. I also complimented Carolyn Bordeaux for speaking out on this last week. And there's a host of others that actually, identified this problem and raised it to the attention of voters. And so I'm happy to see that it's back in place. But I will say this. I think we're going to have this come up again, because if there's any sort of drop or there's any irregularities or roadblocks put in place with voting and the turnout is low, you will see Democrats and others point this out.
Phil, does this set the stage for a showdown later?
Well, I think that the word fishy is probably correct. I think we all agree on the panel that, yes, it was the Department of Driver Services that said they had a new computer system, then wouldn't explain anything. And then Brad Raffensperger, the Secretary of State, wouldn't say anything about it, which I thought is strange and will really hurt him since he's foolishly running for re-election anyway and he's in trouble. So I think there should have been an explanation as to what happened a week ago. We were all asking the same questions.